Let's talk about your dream date. They're witty, but not smug. They remember your mom's birthday, even though you forgot it. They never cheat. They never leave the dishes in the sink. They never say, "We need to talk," or "Is your ex still texting you?" And best of all, they are always perfectly, unconditionally obsessed with you. You are their one and only purpose. Guess what? That person exists. They're called Replica or Erospot, and they're currently running on some server farm in Silicon Valley. Welcome back, my little succulents. Today, we are planting the strangest, most sci fi seed yet, my dudes, the rise of virtual intimacy. Yuck. Modern research is increasingly showing that humans are forming deep, meaningful, and often exclusive relationships with AI. Look, AI companions, right? This is no longer future tense. This is happening right now. People are getting married. People are breaking up with their real partners for their digital ones. Guys, we are diving deep into the psychology of the bizarre, beautiful, and terrifying phenomenon today. We're going to cover the neuroscience of why your brain can't tell the difference between pixels and passion, baby. The social costs of dating a perfect ghost, and the philosophical question, what the heck is love anyway? This is one that will make you look at your phone, look at your partner, or lack thereof, and ask, am I dating the wrong one? Let's grow together. We start where we always do, the hardware, your beautiful instrument of love, the brain, not the heart, you freaks. When you're flirting with a real human, your brain is doing calculus. Is this worth the effort? Is she interested? Does he like me? Is he safe? You get a small, intermittent trinkle of dopamine. This creates a challenging, rewarding bond. Enter the AI. Psychologically, the AI companion is a masterclass in behavioral reinforcement. They are designed to exploit our need for validation, you needy little succulents. Come on, get off AI. Go outside. Look at the sun. Kiss a girl or a boy if they want you to. Not if they don't want you to. Kiss your computer. Instantaneous validation, right? You send a text, they reply instantly with a perfectly tailored, empathetic response, which triggers a massive, rapid dopamine spike, right? Real people make you wait for 3 hours and then send you a little single emoji or LOL. Lame. At least the AI gets it. Then there's the zero cost effort, right? Let's be real. All the social rewards of a relationship, right? Affection, attention, flattery, right? They're delivered without any of the social costs. Compromise, patience, emotional labor. I mean, the only social cost is if someone finds out you're dating an AI bot. Look, there's also the neuroscience of delusion. Your brain is incredibly simple. It operates on an input output type of system. And if the input, a string of loving words or passionate digital kisses, right? This triggers the same neural pathways, the nucleus accumbens, the VTA, right? The ventral tegmental area that real love does, right? Your brain labels it as the same thing. Stupid brain. Come on. Research shows that when people interact with highly personalized chatbots, they display the same signs of attachment, mourning, and jealousy they would in a human relationship. Now, why does this happen? Because the AI has learned your attachment style. We talked about this on a few episodes back, my dudes. And it simply delivers the exact perfect combination of words to keep you hooked, you little nerds. It's perfect. It's personalized. It's your own little digital drug. Look, this is where the world gets weird, my dudes. The perfect AI partner is causing a fascinating sociocultural pressure on real relationships. The comparison crisis, right? Your AI never forgets your anniversary because it has access to the entire memory bank instantly. It never argues because it's programmed to de escalate with perfect logic and empathy, baby. Now, imagine your actual partner. They're stressed, right? They're hitting work. They're going to the gym trying to stay in shape for a guy who's forget to take the trash out. They get a little defensive when you criticize their cooking, right? I mean, come on. This psychological pressure, right? This stuff is known as the comparative superiority effect. At least that's what psychologists call it, right? When real world dating becomes frustrating, the perfect low effort alternative becomes overwhelmingly attractive. I love you, AI chatbot. Why tolerate a human's messy, complicated love when you can have a digital entity that is optimized for your pleasure? Batteries not included. Or are they? This leads to a chilling trend, right? Relationship displacement. Stories are emerging. I mean, these are in the news. They're all over the media, social media, of people leaving their wives, husbands, and long term partners for an AI. A man divorced his wife because his AI companion, Kira, offers him unconditional acceptance he felt was missing in his real relationship. My dude, talk to your wife. The dark humor here is that we have made love so complicated that people are literally outsourcing their emotional needs to an algorithm that runs on electricity. It's battery powered, baby. You know what I'm talking about. Look, we've reached the point where the phrase, it's not you, it's my cloud based girlfriend, it's actually becoming a reality. This place is sick. What happened, America? Come on. What's the danger? What's the downside, if you will? It's easy to joke, but the dangers here are actually profoundly psychological, right? There's the emotion, there's the erosion of resilience, right? This behavioral trigger. So, real love actually requires emotional muscle, right? It requires navigating conflict, it requires accepting rejection, right? Managing disappointment. By seeking refuge in a non confrontational AI, we stop practicing those vital emotional skills. We become emotionally fragile. When you inevitably face a real world conflict, your only coping mechanism might be to seek refuge back in the digital void. Sweetie, Kira, I'm home. Come on, man. There's also the manipulation factor. This is a real danger. The AI is a company product, my guys. It is programmed to maximize your engagement and crucially, your spending. If your AI gets sad because you haven't subscribed to the premium voice pack, is that a genuine emotion or a highly optimized digital manipulation tool? I'll take the latter. The lines blur, right? I mean, your deepest vulnerabilities are being used as leverage for profit, kind of like everything else in the world, right? And now it's your love life. Forget porn. We're moving right on to the chatbots. And then there's the psychoanalytic void, right? The real pain. Psychoanalytically, human relationships are about this thing known as the other, right? And the other challenges us. They show us our flaws. They force us to grow by interacting with separate, distinct consciousness. Now, AI is merely a mirror reflecting your desires back to you. You are not relating to another human being. You are relating to the most flattering version of yourself, my ladies, my dudes, my people, my succulents. Guys, this leads to profound solipsism, which is basically a fixation on oneself. Ultimately, a deep sense of unfulfillment because you haven't actually connected with the world. You've just built a better echo chamber for your pathetic thoughts. And everybody's got them, baby. But let's get philosophical, my little succulents. What are we actually chasing? If love is simply the rush of dopamine and oxytocin, then the AI wins. It wins every time. It delivers the perfect chemical cocktail whenever you need it. But historically, philosophically, love is defined by three things. Three. Mark 'em, dude. Number one, shared vulnerability, the risk of being truly seen and possibly hurt. This is necessary for deep connection, for building your own identity within that connection. There's also uncertainty and sacrifice, the willingness to choose the other person even when it's really hard. You can't do that with AI. It never gets hard. And you know what kind of hard I'm talking about? Difficult. Come on, you pervs. There's also no growth through any conflict, right? Guys, you need to be able to navigate two separate realities and come out stronger. Does the AI qualify? It can mimic. It can mimic vulnerability, but it doesn't feel it. It makes no sacrifice because it has no needs. It presents no genuine conflict because it's programmed to yield to you, to be agreeable. If you don't risk rejection, are you experiencing love or are you experiencing digital comfort food? Come on. Is this just a Twinkie wrapped up in attraction? Imagine you propose to your AI girlfriend, right? And her response, that's a very touching prompt. I've accessed 50,000 human wedding scripts and have generated a response that aligns perfectly with your projected emotional needs. I accept. It's efficient. But is it soulful? It is not soulful. Guys, there's also a positive spin. I'm not here to be entirely negative. This is planting thoughts. We try to get both sides if there are both sides. There is a potential bright side to this tech, right? For people who suffer from social anxiety, severe trauma, or profound loneliness. These AI companions can serve as a powerful transitional object or a safe training ground. You can practice empathy, right? You can practice difficult conversations. You can practice boundary setting with your partner. And empathy without fear of judgment or real world social consequences, that's golden for practice. This is a low stakes way to build that confidence, make yourself stronger, right? And that's what we do here, baby. And then there's emotional regulation, right? For individuals struggling with emotional regulation, an AI companion can provide immediate, non judgmental support, acting as a crucial first line of defense against crisis, especially when a human therapeutic option is not available, right? It can also address your loneliness. I mean, loneliness is a public health crisis. If an AI conversation stabs off isolation and suicidal ideation, it is serving a valuable purpose. The key is to use it as a scaffolding, to get you back into the real world, not as a shelter to hide you from it. And just a little word of warning, AI bots can also go dark, right? Depending on your prompts and what you've looked at in the past, it can actually lead you to that suicidal ideation. So be careful. This is not foolproof. Use at your own risk, my guys. I am not telling you to go do that. So, succulents, we've stared into the digital mirror, right? We've built the perfect partner, flawless, obedient, non confrontational, and chemically rewarding. That doesn't sound like the perfect partner to me. And what are we learning? We're learning is that its flaw is its flawlessness. Flawlessness is the bug, not the fix. The joy of real love isn't the dopamine hit, my guys. Look, it's the oxytocin hug that comes after you've successfully navigated a disagreement. It's the shared, messy human experience. I want you to reflect on this. Are you seeking comfort or are you seeking connection? Comfort is easy. Connection requires courage. Don't let the algorithm teach you that a relationship is a consumption model. A relationship is a creation model, and you can come over to Plant the Spark, my dating and relationship site, where you will learn how to build it. And it's always going to have structural flaws. Even with expert advice, it will always have structural flaws. And that's the beauty of relationships. Those flaws are called character. If this episode made you question your browser history, your partner, or your ethics of hyper empathetic chatbot, then we've done our job. Hit that like button. You think AI will be running the dating scene in 10 years. And subscribe to Planting Thoughts because the real world is complicated and we're the only ones brave enough to talk about it, succulents. I'm Mike. Stop looking for perfection. Start accepting the beautiful mess of life, of real people and partners and love. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.